Let's extract our inline item persistence JavaScript to a view method. Inside our view instance, we can define a methods object, where we can add methods that encapsulate specific functionality for our view instance. Now we can add a property called saveItem and set it equal to a function. Inside of this function is where we'll add our JavaScript logic. After moving our logic from the template to our method, one thing to note is that inside of our methods, we do not have automatic access to our view instance data like we did in the v-on. Instead, we'll need to explicitly reference it using the this keyword, much like we used $VM0 in the console earlier. Now we can replace that JavaScript that we have in our v-ons with our method saveItem. v-on is smart enough to recognize both regular JavaScript and functions that we've defined in our methods object. We've taken some great strides to dry up our code and make our template easier to read. By removing the logic from our template to our methods, we can write cleaner JavaScript and provide clear method names so we can better understand what our templates are doing. Plus, this will make future maintenance, testing, and debugging much easier for us to understand. Even with those awesome improvements, we're not quite done yet. Notice that when we add a new item, that the old item sticks around in our input. This is because we're not resetting our new item when we add it to our items. To fix that, we'll simply set new item to an empty string at the end of our saveItem method. Resetting data in the client might be a little different than what you're used to, especially if you're coming from a language like PHP. With Vue, we have to be mindful that we're in charge of maintaining the state of our app for our users. This is an important part of the user's UX, so we need to make sure that we're not leaving behind data that shouldn't be there. While we focused on developing our code by jumping back and forth between our editor and the browser, we can iterate faster by working with Vue DevTools. For example, we can test our methods functionality right in the console. Let's see how to do that with our new method. We'll start by clicking on our root instance in the Vue DevTools to inject it into our console. Then we'll add some text to our input, and then use our new method by typing $VM0.saveItem in the console. Sure enough, it worked. Using this technique can save us some debugging time because we can test functionality and make quick edits in the console before we make changes in our editor. With our template cleaned up and refactored to avoid future issues, we've finished adding the functionality to save our new items. In the next lesson, we'll work on hiding our form when we're not using it.